Hello, Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Hassan Abid and I'll be teaching you A-level physics. The topic for today is gravitation. Well, gravity is one of the four fundamental forces of nature. The other three being the strong force, the weak force and the electromagnetic force. It's not the strongest force and we'll be dealing with it in sufficient detail today. Okay. I'd like you to see how Newton arrived at this idea of gravitation. It was not actually Newton who invented the idea of gravitation. It goes back to Kepler and it goes back to Copernicus and it goes back to the age of enlightenment when science was overpowering the religious dogmas. Okay. Well, actually Newton saw Kepler's third law as the basis to his discovery. What Kepler's third law states is that T square is proportional to R cube. T is actually the period of a planet orbiting the sun and R is actually the distance between the planet and the sun, the radius of its circular motion. That's what Kepler's law is, and Newton wanted this law to remain there. ये लॉ बिल्कुल ठीक है और न्यूटन को ये पता था और ये एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन से ये हम इसे साबित कर सकते हैं. सो न्यूटन बिगैन विद दिस. और न्यूटन ने क्या किया? न्यूटन ने एक्चुअली अज्यूम ये किया, न्यूटन ने अज्यूम किया कि दो अगर ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं, न्यूटन अज्यूम कि एन इनवर्स स्क्वायर लॉ होल्ड्स बिटवीन टू ऑब्जेक्ट्स, कि देयर इज अ फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन बिटवीन टू बॉडीज and that force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. There is a force which is the force of attraction, the gravity, and it is inversely proportional to the square of the distances. If the distance is r, that's r, and it is proportional to the product of the masses, m1 into m2. Okay, so I'd like you to see what Newton did. But before that, you need to know that on a planet, when it is orbiting the sun, a centripetal force is acting on that planet, and that centripetal force is mr omega squared. Well, we all know that F is equal to ma. M is the mass of the planet and r omega squared is the acceleration. I could have given you a proof of this formula, but it would take some time, and it requires special consideration of circular motion, which I am not discussing for the moment. Okay, so the centripetal force acting on this planet is mr omega squared. Okay, mr omega squared. And Newton thought that this force was equal to the force of attraction between those two bodies. And what he actually did was, he just wrote this expression. He equated mr omega squared to this expression. Well, this is the raw form of the gravitational law. R squared is the distance between the planet and the moon and the sun, and k is any arbitrary constant, and m is the mass of the planet. And I'd like you to see what he did. M and m cancel. That's r cube if r squared goes over here. And well, but before that, it's important to know that omega is equal to 2 pi over t, and I'll be substituting this into this equation. Okay, and why is omega 2 pi over t? Well, that requires simple harmonic motion, which we are not discussing. So you'll have to assume that omega is equal to 2 pi over t, and you'll have to agree with whatever I say. Okay, r 2 pi over t whole squared is equal to k over r squared. Okay, r cube, I am just manipulating this, r cube 4 pi squared t squared is equal to k. Now if you move t square over there, if you move this whole thing over the right hand side, this becomes k 4 k t squared over 4 pi squared. Okay. Now k over 4 pi squared, that's a constant, and this actually shows that r cube is proportional to t square. So Kepler's law of the planets actually holds, and after that Newton was able to arrive at this idea, which I am going to write in a more sophisticated manner. The force of attraction between two objects is equal to G is a constant, and its value was determined by experimentation, and G is equal to 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. F is equal to G into M1 into M2 over R squared. That's what the law of gravitation is. Now, I would have loved to explain many of the implications and the effects of Newton's gravitation, but I'd like to invite you guys to this classroom. We would not only be discussing these laws, but we would be discussing their implications. And I'd love to derive all the formulas and all those important ideas which have governed human intellect for a very long time. Thank you.